everyone, welcome back to my channel and my name is Siri and welcome back to another video. This video is going to be a little bit personal to me because I am going to talk about a problem that we all have experienced as English learners, and maybe that could be one of the reasons that really triggered us to learn English. And that is when you are at a big shop or when you are at a big store where you have to go order some food, or when you have to go ask for something to somebody in English. I know what goes in your mind and I know what goes in your heart. And I understand how embarrassing you're going to get if you speak wrong English and if they look at you. And I completely understand that. And before I explain anything, there is this beautiful scene in this movie called English Winglish where Sridevi ma'am is going to go to a coffee shop where she will be asking for a coffee, but she'll end up just getting nervous in that situation, because of which she'll end up crying. And when I watch that scene all the time, that makes me cry. And every time I just look at it, that just makes me remind of my own self, how I used to be back then, and I completely understand how that feels. And I'm very sure at least once you have experienced this in your life, because we come from middle class families, and of course we are not surrounded by a lot of English right from our childhood. And one day we decide to learn this language because we know the amount of demand it has, we know the amount of importance it has in these days, where you in these days, and when you go to, let's say, McDonald's, when you go to any shop, look, when you go to any store like KFC, McDonald's, or anywhere, you have to go and order food in English. Like, even if it is not required to order in English, we compel ourselves to do that because we see a lot of people doing that. Now, looking at that, sometimes I even, did not even want to go and order because I was not confident in my English. I was not okay with going there and ordering food in English. I'll just share a very good example. Like, it's an experience that I have had maybe around 2 3 years ago. So around 3 years ago, I met one of my friends. So I was meeting her for the first time, and we were just online friends. We used to talk to each other so much, and she was so good at English, but my English was not at all that good. But although we used to communicate in English, and she was absolutely good in English, and one day we decided that we actually have to meet someday. So we went to a big mall that is there in Hyderabad. It's a very big mall. So we went there, and she was very sweet. She would never make fun of my English. She would never even consider my English as not fluent English. She would never discourage me. That's so sweet of her. So we went to that mall, and I remember I had to order food. All right. But I could not. I saw a lot of people over there who were even younger than me, and they were ordering food and I could not. So I went and asked for help to my friend that, I'm really nervous to order food, and why can't you order? So I saw her ordering, the confidence she has, whatever I mean, it could be a very small thing. Ordering food is like very small thing, I understand. But as an English learner, I know how big deal that can be for you to go and order food, because we are shy, we are nervous, we are embarrassed, we just don't want to get into that situation. So I understand, all right. So I just went up to her and asked her, I'm very nervous to order the food, why don't you order? Then she was really sweet enough to order that, and she did. But although that situation was over, that one day, like 1 2 days, one thing that was really haunting me in my mind, that Siri, you're not even able to order food, you don't even have that confidence in your life, is one question that was really haunting me at that point of time. I realized, and I was like, I really have to work upon myself. I was not very fluent in English at that point of time. I was like, okay, I can speak, I can manage, that's it. But I was not fluent in a way where I would go and speak to any stranger in English. I was not that fluent at all. But one question that was always haunting me is that, I mean, you don't even know how to order food. You don't even know to just carry yourself with confidence. Forget you ordering food in English. You are even nervous to order food in Telugu as well. That's how nervous I was as a person. And that's when I've decided that I have to speak in English. As I mean, I really have to put more amount of effort into learning this language. And you know the journey, how I've learned and everything. And I have something nice to share with all of you, because I know you guys have also been through those situations. And how does that feel? I completely understand. In this video, I'm just going to share a few amazing tips that are really going to help you to carry yourself with confidence whenever you're supposed to encounter such situations where you're supposed to order food. Okay? First point I would like to highlight over here in today's video is that nobody cares. Like literally nobody cares. You go there, order food, or you get your bill done in English, Telugu, nobody really matter. Nobody really bothers. When you're living in India, I'm telling you, especially I'm living in a Telugu state, which is Telangana. Everybody knows Telugu over here. So it's a choice that you are making to speak in English over there. But I can also speak in Telugu. If they are not comfortable in Telugu, of course, everybody in India knows Hindi. You can speak in Hindi as well. See, I'm not saying that you should not order in English, but you don't have to compel yourself to order in English. If you're not comfortable with that language, then go ahead with your mother tongue, and that's completely fine. What they are going to think about you is something that you should not think about at all. Like a lot of times we compel ourselves to speak in English just because we want to impress the other person, just because we want to make the other person think that okay, this person knows how to speak in English. I mean, knowing English is good. I'm not saying that you shouldn't learn how to speak in English, or else I wouldn't have this channel, right? You should learn how to speak in English, but I'm telling you, when you have confidence issues right in the beginning, especially when you have to, order food, when you have to order something, you really don't have to compel yourself to speak in English. First, go ahead with your mother tongue. If they are not familiar with that, maybe then you should go ahead with English. All right? And nobody cares. Why will they even think about you? Don't you think they have their own life? Don't you think they have their own issues to deal with? Of course they do, right? So they don't have time to think about you at all. It's you who's assuming everything in your mind, that oh my god, what that person is going to think about me, what that person is going to assume about me. I mean, it's your food that you're ordering, you're paying for it, and it's their responsibility that they serve you with some amount of dignity, right? So it's everything that we are assuming in our mind, even though that's not happening in that situation. Don't think too much. You can order food in your language as well. This is what I have learned. I mean, after I've realized that, I went to another mall, like all by myself, and I went and ordered in Telugu. There was no problem at all. But I was like, I should learn how to do it in English also, which brings me to the next point, which is you don't need complex English. All right. You don't need complicated English to speak something in your daily life. When we look at someone ordering food in English, we assume that, oh my God, that's such complicated and advanced English. But if you decode it, it's not at all. Like, for example, if I want to go order some fries, like French fries. So I'll just go to the counter and I would say that, can I get some French fries with tomato ketchup and some mustard sauce? That's enough. How simple was that sentence? But when I speak fast, it looks complicated and it looks advanced. But to be honest, you don't have to speak advanced English or complicated English when you're supposed to go and order food. I mean, these are the things that I have learned by myself. When I looked at people who would order food, I would just look at them and I would think that, oh my God, what is that advanced English? Will I be able to speak that English? But when I decoded that, it's a simple English that we use in our daily life, right? So I'm telling you, If you're assuming that people who go and order food, do you think they know advanced English or they're only speaking advanced English? Not at all. You can get your work done with the most simple English possible, and that's completely all right. So that's why I'm telling you, you don't have to get scared, or you don't have to use complicated English whenever you have to get things done, especially when it is related to your day to day life. Day to day life ke liye simple English is enough, I'm telling you. I'm telling you, you don't have to complicate everything. You don't have to complicate every single word that you use in English, because I used to complicate that a lot. And trust me, it's not as complicated as you think it is. Now, if I have to go order food, now if I have to pick up calls where I am getting my order delivered or whatever it is, I'm super confident because I'm not bothered about what the other person is going to think about me. Even if the other person is speaking in advanced English, I'm okay with my simple English. And I am confident enough to carry myself with confidence, which brings me to the next point, which is confidence. I'm telling you, no matter how much I tell you, at the end of the day, it's you who needs to carry yourself with confidence. You have to be confident, guys. Like, one reason that really makes you underconfident at that particular situation is you just thinking of yourself as less. You don't need anyone to degrade at that point of time. Let's say you are in a store, and you are in a shop and you are going to order food over there. You actually don't need anyone to degrade yourself. You yourself would degrade yourself looking at other people, because I understand when you come from middle class families, when you look at people who are a bit more financially settled, looking at them, you would consider yourself as less. But I'm telling you, when you're paying your money, when you're paying your bill, everybody is equal. You're getting your food ordered, paying money for that. You're not doing, I mean, you're not ordering food for free, right? So you are paying, and everybody is equal over there. There is no point of you considering yourself as less and just trying to degrade yourself all the time. That is one of the reasons why we end up feeling underconfident in that situation. And being humble is nice. I'm not saying that, okay, think of yourself like that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that be humble, but you don't have to consider yourself as less. You are equal, like every human being is equal, right? Especially when it comes to ordering food, you don't have to think yourself as less. Even you're from a middle class family, whatever it is, you are ordering that food for money, paying money there, and you have to make that food every penny worth, right? So that's why I'm telling you, don't degrade yourself. Before someone comes and degrades you, you yourself are ending up to do that for yourself, which is worst thing that you are doing. I always used to do this. Whenever I go out, I see someone who is more financially settled, I would just start degrading myself, that oh my god, they are like that, but I don't have this. I mean, you don't have to, guys. Everybody has their own situations. Everybody has their own hardships to deal with, and there's no point of comparing yourself all the time. That is what is making you feel underconfident. If you have a sense of realization in your mind that yes, I am like this. This is my situation. I'm working upon my life, and I'm super confident about whatever I'm doing in my life. If you have such confidence, I'm telling you, everything can be conquered. Everything can be achieved. So never consider yourself as less. It's always good that you show up with confidence. From now, whenever there is a situation where you have to go and order food for yourself, don't miss out that situation. Go and order food. The first time when I've ordered, I was very nervous, but the second time I got a little bit confident, and the third time I got really confident, and the fourth and the fifth time I got really used to it. Now I'm not scared at all. Even when I'm shopping something, if I have any doubt, I would call up the person and I would ask, "What is this?" Is If I have any doubt, I would ask. I mean, I am confident about myself. As an introvert, I understand how it feels, and as someone who is coming from a middle class family, as someone who's never done these things before, I completely understand how it feels. Now you could be thinking that Siri is making a video on such small topic. No, it's not a small topic. You know what made me do this video? I was watching English from English, and I told you, I explained a particular scene where Sri Devi ma'am goes into a shopping. Sri Devi ma'am goes into a coffee shop, and she will end up crying coming out of that coffee shop. I mean, how those situations can actually lead to, a point of mental stress. Those could be very small situations. Now, when she came out of that coffee shop, nobody even remembers her in that coffee shop, right? Everybody will forget that moment after a few minutes. But as a person who has gone through that moment, I'm pretty sure she remembers it for her lifetime. And I've gone through those situations a lot of times. I still remember the times where I had to order food, but I've escaped, but I had no option to order, where I've spoken broken English, where people would look at me with an embarrassing look, and I would feel really sad about it, where I would end up crying. And those situations I remember, but they might not remember. And these small things actually affect your mental health. So everything I told you in today's video are really going to help you to overcome these situations. I'm not only talking about ordering food, I'm not only talking about you going into the store. Whatever day to day English can be simple, and you don't have to, compare yourself or impress someone. You are just learning this language for yourself. Stick to that. Don't try to jump onto the other aspect where you're trying to impress someone. You're learning this for yourself, just stick to that. That's what I would like to suggest you. So this is a video that I really wanted to make, and I hope this video has made some sense. I've definitely explained this topic on a serious note. This is definitely a real problem, but I think this is going to help people who are watching this video. And do let me know in the comment section if you have any such experiences that you have experienced in your life, and I would love to know that. And I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video. I'll see you guys in my next video. Till then, you please take care and be confident be confident in your skin, and be confident about whatever you know. And that's what I would like to say. I'll see you soon. Till then, you please take care. Bye bye.